Hi, my name is Dana Arnett, co-host of Wicked Marketing, along with my partner, Carlos Sapene. You can find more information about us and our business on LinkedIn, or if you have any questions, email us at info@wickedbionic.com. Subscribe to Wicked Marketing on Apple Podcasts and write an awesome review for us. We're also on iHeartRadio, Spotify, and Google Play. Thanks for listening.
Hi, I'm Dana.
And I'm Carlos. And today we are doing episode 2 of our Marketing Luminaries series, where we bring in experts of industry that we love and admire to talk about their personal experiences in marketing and their unique perspectives on their specific areas of marketing and how their life experiences have affected the way that they execute.
Oh my God. And how lucky are we today to have a colleague and a friend and somebody that we've been working with. It's so terrific. Lauren Skinner is the communications director in the public relations and marketing office at the Los Angeles Public Library. Welcome, Lauren.
Thank you.
That's
Great
such a
to be here with you guys.
title for you.
Yes, that's a long title.
I know, it's like, oh, that's my title. But really, I mean, what you do is like what I always think about it is that you're always connecting people to services and things that enhance their lives. That's really what I think,
I think that's really what the library does. And my job is to help people know that the library can do more than lend you a book.
Yeah, I think that's great. And one of the things that we really admire and love about the fact that we get to work with your team and you is that a big part of the perception that people have of government services is this complex, unhelpful, maybe sometimes services, whereas a public library is so beloved, right? And we see it in our advertising. People love and enjoy, but they don't have the level of knowledge of how far reaching the public library services are. So in this unique space where it is marketing on behalf of government services, and trying to reach people, it's a very different experience probably for you. So why don't you tell us a little bit about your overall, like your past, how you got into it, what got you excited about working within this space in particular in your career?
Yeah, sure. So I've been in the public information track with the city of Los Angeles for 17 years. I spent my first 12 years with the Department of Public Works. And in talking about a complex sort of bureaucratic system, that was definitely my experience there. But I really loved that work. I loved helping people understand how important those infrastructure decisions really are to their quality of life. And often people were inconvenienced by the work that, I was doing. We were going to do a project in front of your home, and this is Los Angeles. You might lose your parking for a couple of days. And, there are a lot of things people can deal with, but parking isn't one of them. Nope. I dealt with lots of community meetings about various kinds of projects where, people are all up in arms about any number of issues. And the most important thing is that you hear them out and you try to find a solution. The best thing is when, people, you may not know the answer and you have to tell people you'll get back to them. And then when you do, they're truly just shocked. So it doesn't really matter if you're giving them the answer that they want. They're thrilled to have the follow through.
Yes.
And now, having been with the library for 5 years, it really is, there are similarities, but it really is different in that you're not starting from a place where you're trying to get buy-in. People are already, in Los Angeles, we're very fortunate that people already love their library. And so it's less advocacy and more, promotion of all the programs and services that we're doing, which of course is also advocacy. But we aren't trying to convince people that what we're doing is good and valuable. They're already at that point.
A great example.
Yeah.
And now they get to know, like you say, the sort of depth and breadth of all the things that we do, because the library really has continued to evolve as the world changes.
Amen. Amen.
Yeah.
And there's so many different services that you provide. One of the things that is just striking to me, because we're doing this series of Marketing Luminaries, is the differences that I see in the personalities of people depending on what area of marketing they are in, right? So we've had people that are in the entertainment space, and they're very quick. It's like talking really fast about things that are happening, and in your case, being in the public information space and you can tell that you've had to deal with
wonderfully soft touch.
So soft, and it's so calming, and you can tell that you've had to deal with the wrath of the parking people in LA, right? That it's such a reassuring, even when we have meetings about things, it's such a reassuring voice and calm tone and manner that you can tell. Yeah, but you can
I'm
tell.
I'm sure my family does not feel that way. But,
We'll play the podcast at your house. We'll come over in a couple of weeks so they can hear it. What is it, Lauren, mostly that you love about whether it's this, but just about marketing and PR in general? What do you love? What is it that kind of got you going in this career path that you thought, I love this?
So I think there are a couple things. I've always liked writing and editing and using words in a way to convey, just the right thing. I love the process of saying something in the way that really gets to the heart of the matter. Mm-hmm. And I find that I use that skill and flex that muscle every single day at work. And I'm a people person. And so I think this gives me a way to interact with the public, but also, really at the library, a lot of what I'm doing is internal communication also, working with staff, helping them know how to reach their publics. Because of course we have 73 locations, and each one of our libraries serves its own community. And we pride ourselves on not having cookie cutter libraries. Each community is different. And that's one of the things that you guys have really helped us with, is be able to target our marketing to, down to the neighborhood and based on the services that we offer at various locations, because again, not everything is offered everywhere. That wouldn't make sense.
And I think that that's a challenge that's not only real in the public space, right? That's for any organization. If you have multiple bases and multiple places, and we've run into clients and possible clients in the past that have a unified message that they just want to send that same message to everybody. And we try to tell them how inefficient that's going to be because of exactly what you were saying before, which is, again, one of the things that I love about working with you guys, that you're writing your whether you're writing or creating video or however you're communicating a message, really understanding. And that's what I think makes a unique marketer, right? Really thinking about who's receiving the message. How are they going to receive it? How are they going to engage with it? It is also one of the things that I love about marketing, and understanding that across the board, this whole general market message is not effective with the dichotomy of people that we have. So I love that you naturally use your talents to achieve that. Makes sense.
Was that easy going into from public works into the library system? Like you said, it was easier, but what you kind of had really understood what our city was all about in general, because you've been on the outside of it looking in.
Yes. Well. I mean, not every library system is a municipal agency like ours is. We're a department of the city of Los Angeles. In other places, they're their own nonprofits. Libraries face, and I've learned this since in the past several years, libraries face any number of funding challenges. And, we're very fortunate that Angelenos passed Measure L several years ago to protect library dollars, and they put their money where their mouth is, and they said, we trust you, we value you, and we want to make sure that you're equipped to do the work that we want you to do. Now, in my past life with sanitation, people also really do, you explain to them that what sanitation is, and they value that also. And I've had success with, rate increases and, marketing those and getting people's buy-in, but it's not the same. My colleague and I, who are now both with the library, say that, we were pitching infrastructure, and that was good. That's a quality of life issue. But now we're talking about literally changing people's lives. Yes. The library is, one of the things we often say is that whether they're just starting out or ready to start over, the place people start is the library. Mm-hmm. And it, you guys know, like, our Career Online High School is one of our favorite programs. You guys have been to our graduation.
Oh,
it's so moving.
It's so
moving. My God,
it's so great to see people there with their kids, and just you can tell the hope and the readiness.
Right.
Right. And, these are people who, for whatever reason, didn't finish high school at that time. And so they've come back as adults. And I think, of course, there's a level of maturity that probably strengthens that commitment, but they're doing this to change, like you say, Carlos, not just their life, but their families, whether it's their parents or their children or even grandchildren. We've had people come back at many stages and say that this is for their future education, their future career, even just because they want to complete that work. And as you guys well know, because you help us place our ads, the pandemic has really even opened those doors even more for people. Between April 2019 and April 2020, our enrollment increased 60% because I think people were home and they had a little time on their hands and they thought, oh, let me take advantage. Now, of course, they don't complete it in a month, but they get enrolled and they start the process, and they get those units. And
we love that program because
I love. Sorry to interrupt you, Dana, but I love what you said, that it all starts at a library, right? That
for
whether
many,
you're starting
many
or starting over, it all starts at a library. And it's such it's so true now that I know all these services, now that I'm trying to help all these services.
Our world opened up by literally when you became clients of ours, like, our world opened up because I am born and raised here, and I used my library card since I was a kid. The world has changed. It's really incredible.
Yes. Yeah.
It's great that you have all of these resources too that are sort of responsive to the time that we're living in, right? So everything from giving people access online right now that they can't go to the library, to courses so that they can better their professional career, right? Mm-hmm. And they have access to music and entertainment, and even now when there is so much talk out there about the levels of the depression and anxiety and things like that teenagers are suffering in particular, and the general public, just having the resources that the library links you with that can help you address issues from your income, from where to get food, things that I would have never thought. You have a central, and obviously, right, you think centralized information, you should think library, right? But it's just so new and exciting to hear.
Lauren, you've done such I know with the pandemic, because we've talked about this for a bit now, for these months, the library had to do a huge pivot. And so what would you say this experience has been like, and what did that look like since the pandemic?
So I think that we've always known that we had creative and innovative staff working for the library, but it's like this crisis just shone a light on that, because no sooner did we close our doors, which was a very, difficult decision to make, and then quickly became, of course, the only decision we could make.
Of course.
But our website turned into the library at home, so that things were organized in such a way that it would be easy for you to, because we knew that people weren't coming in. It was all going to be all virtual all the time. And, even we opened in our Octavia lab makerspace a little over a year ago now. So it had been open about 9 months. And in that space, we have all kinds of stuff: sound editing and video editing equipment, 3D printers, embroidery machines, any number of things in our makerspace. And the staff there, again, no sooner did we shut the doors that they said, we're seeing that there's this problem with PPE. People don't have, healthcare workers don't have the personal protective equipment that they need. And so next thing you know, our staff are making face shields and distributing them to several different hospitals throughout the LA area. And I think they've made more than 1,700 items. And, that was just, hey, we have something that we can do. We're going to do it. Beautiful. Of course, we've always done story time and author interviews, but now those are online. And, I know I have small children, and I know lots of families with small children who are counting on the library to provide that little bit of normalcy. And, in the early days, I can picture our staff in an empty library with stuffed animals set up socially distanced apart, giving, a lovely example. And now, so that it all just feels less scary to kids.
Yes.
We've been doing really all kinds of things that show your neighborhood library is still here for you, even though you can't come inside right now.
You didn't drop them. I mean, that's kind of that thing. It was something that is the foundation of our city, of many cities, and you didn't drop them. You totally you adapted.
Well, that's I would encourage our listeners to go look, because one of the key things that you said, and the message here, is that the library is helping provide a level of normalcy for people. And it's easy to access resources from the library that are going to enable you to bring some of that normalcy into your home, right? Mm-hmm. And have, whether it's with your kids or for yourself, right? Even like I didn't before, I have to be honest, because I had heard about all the services for the library, but I had never engaged with them until we started doing this campaign. But I have Overdrive, Canopy, like all of these things that keep me sane. Like
now
literally,
you're a power user?
A power user.
Power user.
I have multiple.
I have to wait 3 weeks for that book. Are you kidding?
No, I had to star. I have a special star on my Gmail so that when my library holds come in, it pops up
Act right away.
It pops
Everything
up.
stops.
So I don't miss out on my. I have to say I do mostly audiobooks just because I'm on a computer all day.
Yeah.
I don't want to lay down and
that
read
still
more
counts.
stuff.
That's reading. That's great.
It's so great.
And one of the things that the library has done is our Safer at Home archive. We've invited Angelinos to document their experience and share it with us so that historians down the line and, people just like us will be able to look back and experience these moments and have a record of what it was like. Of course, right now we think, how could we ever forget? But, these are important moments to
They do. And the
capture.
thing that's important, I think that's brilliant that you guys are doing. And of course, it would be the library to do it, right? Mm-hmm. But just even now that we're celebrating the 19 years of 9/11, right, which was such a huge event. Mm-hmm. And there's still things I'm realizing now, 19 years later, that you forget that certain things happened, or that, and you are able to revisualize them and revisit them. But it's also more so important for those that were kids at the time, right? Yes. Or they were too young to remember, to have those archives now. It's going to be the same thing 19 years from now, people remembering this as the Black Plague of this, this millennia. And the kids that are 3 or 4 years old now that don't even know that this is happening, other than they're having to learn.
I don't know. My 4-year-old could give you an earful about the coronavirus.
Seriously?
Oh
yeah. Not liking it.
No, I mean, actually, she's like living her best life, right?
Oh,
I mean, she has all the people she loves most all the time.
Well,
good luck detaching.
Yeah.
When that happens.
I think there's a lot of that.
Thank you so much for taking the time. And just we Carlos and I, you're our most joyful clients and the people that we just have so much fun being able to provide services for and get to know each other. And what a great addition to our Luminaries series. Thank you so much, Lauren, for being here.
Thank you guys very much.
You bet.
Thank you. And thanks everyone for listening.
Thank you for listening today. Don't forget to subscribe to and share Wicked Marketing on Apple Podcasts and write an awesome review for us. We are also on iHeartRadio, Spotify, and Google Play. See you next time.